I started watching this video. It's like 3 hours. And we were just going to do Tupac. But we're doing a lot more now. She's going over things that one is teaching me the underbelly of the beast. And it is not just the rap industry. And that's what we're going to go over. Pretty much what she's saying, what the reality is, the human nature of it. And obviously if she's just making this shit up or not. But I can tell you already she's not.
Mousequake said to me, Jag, talk to him. Do the interview. And I said, that's okay. He said, no, give him an interview. And I'm like, oh, an inner view. Not an interview.
An interview.
An inner view.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Now, it's crazy because you were told that it went viral when they told you that. You woke up like, hey, you're going viral. You thought it was, hey, am I sick?
Yeah, because of the pandemic, you know.
Right.
What you mean I'm viral? You know, like and I'm like, what's going on? He's like, no, auntie, you're going viral on the internet. And I'm like, I am? I'm like, babe, they say we going viral. He was like, we going viral. I'm like, yeah.
So I got to ask.
Let's see where this goes.
There was a lot you unpacked in that interview.
Oh, yeah.
Overall, did you feel like you did your story justice in that interview, just for the topics you touched on?
In your interview?
In our interview.
I stand 10 feet tall, 10 toes down to the ground on every motherfucking thing I said.
Okay.
Even down to Summer Walker.
Yeah.
With her very troubled self.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is unraveling as we speak.
No, that's the beautiful thing about being the kind of honest I am. Because what I'm saying is true, because what I'm saying is backed up on honest to God, complete integrity, I can say something like that, let everybody be mad about it, and step the fuck away.
Oh, I really like her. You don't make a lot of friends with that kind of mentality, but, and I have that from personal experience, but you know what? At least everybody knows where they stand, and you know where you stand. And she's saying so perfectly. You see those hands go up as she pulls down that truth? The truth, just be truth. They pull down first because the body is saying yes, and then the mouth follows. That is the core of this individual. And I should say, for those of you who will sit there and go, when I like people, remember, we're all individuals. I may like the personality, may not like their belief system, but I really like her personality.
When we finished the interview that day, didn't I give y'all some warnings about things that might happen?
Yeah.
Because of this interview.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Was I wrong?
No?
Oh, but was I right?
Yeah. Some of the things, the Tevin Campbell thing was interesting to me because we just hadn't heard from him and he just kind of popped out of nowhere. Why do you feel like he had felt the need to respond?
I think it was a great marketing move for him. You know, to go from waiting for them to include you in an award show every now and then, they treated him, this business has treated Tevin Campbell heavy-handed and neglectful. You know, it's like the way they've shunned him, the way they've treated him throughout the years was absolutely terrible. So for me, even saying that in that interview, it wasn't me blowing up his spot. Yeah. I'm literally sitting here advocating for this nigga.
Right.
Like, I'm literally sitting here advocating.
Right.
Now, maybe you didn't want nobody to remember about the Hollywood Boulevard. Maybe you were hoping that was so long ago and because it happened before Facebook, it didn't really exist, you know, kind of thing. But it did exist. And there's a whole fucking police report. There's a whole detective that said you propositioned him and you got in the car, you made the deal, and then he put the cuffs on you. That's in a record. If somebody goes and checks my record now, they're going to find things on my record. I was charged with child abduction. It's a 656 felony. It's real low, but it's still considered a felony. So if somebody brings that up about me, is it favorable? Does it leave room for you to have to explain certain things? Yeah, but it's your life. It's what you lived.
It happened.
And if it's on public fucking record, then it's on public record. I'm not speaking about it because I'm trying to slump you. I'm speaking about it because that's what the game did to you. And if you tried to forget, I never did. It was wrong.
Definitely.
It was wrong as fuck. He was a young kid who came into the business. His family depended on him for income to live. He was the family business, like so many star children are the family business. And he got left with people. He got left with people that did things to him. Shaped his personality and his choices before he had a chance to do it himself. Meanwhile, making hit record after hit record, and we sitting there dancing while this kid is being fucking just fucked all over every which way. Best he was probably treated was at Paisley Park with Prince. And then not long after that, Tevin Campbell disappears and nobody hears about him and nobody speaks his name until he gets arrested. And then it makes national news. And then they start playing his records. Oh, you remember when he was...
That is facts.
And then, after that, all that talent.
All right, so you've just watched her talk about another individual and the scandals that come through. And she didn't say exactly what was happening to this young man at the time. But pretty much we all know at this point that whatever is being done to this individual was not nice. So as you watch her speak on this, you noticing as she does, her body leads the speech. She's very closed off. Her arms are very tight together. She's very closed into herself. So this is stress to speak. And I would have to say it's probably the conditioning of Hollywood itself that has done this to her. Anytime she's probably on a platform, this is her body's natural position to be stressed into itself, but she's mentally strong enough that it's going to come out of her mouth, whether her body's stressed about it or not, which is probably why we get the verbal censorship of what she probably believes happened to this individual. So when we get to the part in this interview where she talks about some core players in the Shakur murder or the Tupac murder, we should definitely be able to contrast from what we've just seen.
These motherfuckers, all of these people who were millionaires and made millions off of him while he was a kid. And you left him out there. So I'm going to say it to you right now, Tevin. I'm glad you came out.
That's what I was going to ask.
However it happened, I wasn't trying to put you out on Front Street, but you never had an excuse to hide in the first place. Whoever you are, that's you. And you should have the right to be you, to not have to lie about you or defend you. And I pray to God that you do whatever.
And this is really good too. I like seeing emotion on things like this. You see the eyes glistening up. She's not crying in the speak, but she is becoming very emotional. I love it because it means empathy, and it's something this world is desperately in need of.
You got to do to get everything they owe you, because they owe you, nigga. They owe you big.
And then you see the voice, oh, you big, because the body is fighting back an emotional outburst. The eyes are clearing out the tears. The face is gone stressed. Believe me, look, it's all coming in to control an emotional outburst. Because you don't want to look weak in front of strangers. I mean, they're all getting along. But you know.
She was bullied. In the end, he said, fuck the trial, and he copped. He copped a plea, attempted rape, but it landed him on the sex offender registry list. By the way, he is a level 3 sex offender. For those of you who don't understand how it works, this is how it goes.
Teacher with Jaguar.
First tier, level 1 sex offender. You on that motherfucker for 10 years. Level 2, they gave you 20 years on the registry. Level 3, you're on it for life. For life. For life. That's her husband. A whole ape, monster, sexual, sadist, deviant, who likes to whittle on his women as he rapes them. That's her fucking husband.
Right.
Jennifer was his victim in the 90s. She moved on with her life, had children, everything was fine until this pussy marries Nikki.
We'll state some of the obvious here. She moves on with her life, everything, and she's pushing that away. It is away from the Minaj family, completely away from the perpetrator. Everything is away. And she has put the Minaj family on the other side. She also has a more disdaining look when she speaks about the Minaj family than she does the individual whom obviously she's advocating for. And where she will look towards the victim side, like actual give some face time to it, the Minaj side of the family gets more of the back of her head. Her face is turned away.
Now he married Nikki. He Mr. Minaj, right? So he moves from New York to Los Angeles.
So New York is apparently where the victim is. So every time she's got these individuals in her brain as she speaks them, from New York, that's where the victim is. She'll look over there to Los Angeles. Head is turned. The eyes are the windows and what's being accessed. So it's going to look in that direction, but the head is saying, I don't want to give it the sight. I'm blocking the view. So it stays away as she sits there and points out Los Angeles. It's over there. I don't even want to look at it.
And decides he doesn't have to register.
The head turns towards Los Angeles where he's at, but it's the brain engagement as she thinks it out. She's telling the story, and because she's doing it on the fly, the brain is in high gear. It's moving. But as soon as she gets the train of thought so that it comes out verbally, she immediately turns back away from Los Angeles, where she's put it.
Anymore. Well, he ends up getting busted for it. He gets booked. The fans catch on, the blogs catch on, and then the next thing you know, they find out he's got a conviction. Then they start researching who's the victim. And now Jennifer Huff's name is drug into this shit all over again. The Pettys decide to engage her, offer to pay her to recant her story so he can get off the registry. Imagine the fucking balls. Listen to me. I know you got raped up and cut, baby, but this is what I need you to do for me.
Forget
you know
the
that
trauma.
shit was mad long ago. Look, I'm about to get you this cash.
She is comical. I tell you what, it's a sick story, but it is comical, which is the other part of the engaging atmosphere that we have here. She gives you the truth. That guy she still won't even look at. Now, we don't really have to have the body language in this. We already know, for those of you who have looked into it, this stuff is not some hidden secret. Those of you who are in this realm already know what's going on over there.
I'll give you yay stacks, yay racks. All you got to do is just go back to New York State and tell them that you lied and recant your story and everything, and I'm going to hook you up on the back end. You're going to be great. The fucking audacity. This woman made it through this shit. Moved on with her life, and then the next thing she know, her name is all over the blogs. She didn't even know. Somebody approached her daughter. Then her family started getting threatened again by their quote unquote alleged gang ties and friends. She was literally minding her fucking business and got sideswiped by fame. How unlucky for her.
Very.
That her assailant married someone famous and now drug her all back into this shit. So yeah, advocating for her was an easy choice.
Is she in the business?
No.
Yeah.
No, she's a normal person.
Yeah.
has a hard time keeping jobs because all of the fucking attention. They don't want that shit around there.
Right.
They threatened her 6-year-old daughter. They threatened to rape and kill her 6-year-old daughter. Her fans, the fucking barbs, them fucking bobblehead bitches, male and female and whatever else, and however, whatever your pronoun is alike. You a fucking barb, you fucking stupid out of your goddamn mind. They actually got on Nosey's page in the comments and said if they ever found out that Nicki Minaj committed rape, they would work to make rape legal so she wouldn't have to face no charges.
All right, and when she starts talking this way, we're getting really more into groupthink. And listening to the story of how everything kind of unfolds, you kind of see it in politics too, in all kinds of celebrity lifestyles. It is everywhere. We just have no idea. I think this one, or at least for me, it's coming to the attention of how these insane laws come to be to legalize such barbarism that people perpetrate on others. A famous person married a sicko, and they don't want him in trouble. The fans want to sit there and protect their God, which is the celebrity. That is their God. It's also a mental illness because they throw out reality. They throw out empathy. They throw out logic, all of it to protect the God. They'll advocate. They'll push. They're the ones calling their congressmen, their mayors, their city officials, the sheriffs. They're the Karens. And as we go down this journey of murder, we may finally understand how it was perpetrated without any consequences. We're going to leave it here because this is going on really long. And yes, this will be a series. So hopefully you stay tuned.
If you like it, please share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
If you'd like to learn more about analysing body language, there is a video course available on Mandy's website for gold subscribers.